everybody will be watching you. That's why you have to look proud. Ta-ta! Presenting Bimbo the Great!
Great! That's wonderful, son, wonderful.
Gee, thanks, mister.
My name is Casey Perkins.
My name's Kirky, Mr. Perkins.
Well, right glad to know you, son. Can you tell me where I can find Mr. Tim Champion?
Sure. He and Joey are over the Calliope. Come on, I'll show you.
Right nice of you, Perky.
I'm sorry, Bimbo. I almost forgot. Take a break.
What do you think, Joey?
Oh, I don't know, Tim. This kind of thing just ain't in my line. Whew. Boy, I think we ought to shoot it. Put it out of its misery.
Well, leave it alone, Joey. I've got a man coming over to fix it. We've got to have everything in top shape for our next date.
Oh, I know there's a mighty important date, Tim, but if you can't...
Important? Joey, if this next one doesn't pay off, we're dead. Oh, here he comes now.
This is Mr. Champion. This is my friend Casey Perkins.
Howdy.
Howdy, you the repairman I sent for?
Yep. Now, if you don't mind, I'll see what I can do here.
You ever fixed a Calliope before?
Nope.
Hey, Casey.
Yeah?
Are you sure you know what you're doing?
Well, of course. Runs off a steam boiler, don't it?
That's right.
I can fix it. Are they gone?
Yes, sir.
Good. Never can stand anybody looking over my shoulder when I'm working.
I guess I'll go now.
What for?
You just said...
Oh, no, that didn't apply to you. You're my assistant.
I am?
Well, of course, I need your help. Hand me that big wrench down there, Sonny.
Yes, sir.
Well, I think she's fixed. Anyhow, we'll know in a minute.
She sounds real pretty now, Mr. Perkins.
Yeah, almost as pretty as old number one whistling for a crossing.
Gee, I sure wish I could have seen old number one.
Would you now? Well, I'll tell you what. You asked your folks if you can't come over to my place and visit this afternoon. I think I got something over there you'd like to see.
I can go all right, but I'll have to be back by the night show.
Well, that's fine, but I still think you ought to ask your folks anyway.
The circus is my family. I don't have any real folks.
No. Well, me neither. That's what makes fellas like us so strong and independent.
Oh, boy, look at that train.
Hey, that's where I live, Sonny. The way I've got that caboose fixed up on the inside, no millionaire could ask for more. Come on, I'll show you.
Is that number one's name?
Yep. Emmy Sweeney. Named after a lady that owned one of the richest silver mines in these parts. She's the one who put up the money for this here railroad. So I guess you might say that Emmy Sweeney's old number one's maiden name.
Gee, it seems sort of funny that such a big engine should be named after a girl.
Oh, Sonny, no. You know, women and engines are a whole lot alike. They huff and they puff and they blow off steam and they get cantankerous. But if you know how to handle them, you can get them to do most anything.
Could I, or would it be all right if I just looked inside?
Why, of course. You're my guest, ain't you? Come on, climb up. Go right ahead. You bet your life. Hey, Sonny, that boiler up there is all full of bullet holes. On account of one time when some road agents took a shot at me. But I got them all patched up so you can't hardly tell where they was at all. Yes, sir, Sonny. I'd be sitting over here with my eyes peeled watching for the signals. One hand on the throttle and the other one on the whistle cord. Cars behind me all loaded and ready to go. And old number one, my Emmy girl, just a raring to get started.
What was in the cars?
Well, ore mostly from the smelter over in Carson City. Some mixed freight and a few passengers. You know, old number one and me used to make the run in 3 hours and 32 minutes. Yeah, we still could if they hadn't gone and retired us.
Why'd they do that?
Well, when the mine closed down, the whole thing went busted. Hey, why don't you sit over here for a spell? Yeah, you come on and sit down there and run things, and I'll ride as passenger, huh? All right, now come on here. Ring the bell, blow the whistle, let them know we're starting. That's stuff now here, open her up a notch. Here, now pour it on. There's a lot of iron freight in Carson City. That's the stuff. Get it going. Right, George, you're a railroad band, you know that?
Thank you. There'll be another small crowd again tonight, boss. This weather's really got 'em buffaloed.
I don't care about that. It's tomorrow night's show that's got me worried. If this storm turns out to be a real gully washer, we may never get there in time.
Hi, Pete. Hello, Mr. Champion.
Where have you been, Corky? Joey's been looking all over for you.
I'm sorry I'm late. I've been having a great time. I've been with Mr. Casey Perkins.
Well, never mind. You better go check in with Joey.
Yes, sir.
He's a good kid, Tim.
Did I say he wasn't?
Don't worry, Tim. The rain will probably let up by morning.
That road's gonna be like a swamp, and if the bridge goes out, we're in bad trouble.
I know it's a good booking, boss, but if we can't make it...
It's more than just canceling a good booking. I put up a performance bond.
You put up a forfeit?
I had to. If we're not there by tomorrow night, ready to put on a show, we're finished.
Well, by God, I sure hope that bridge stays in.
Listen, maybe I better go check on that bridge, huh?
Good idea, Joey. We'll be ready to move by daybreak if there's any use moving at all.
All right.
Hey, Tim, Joey's back.
How does it look, Joey?
The bridge is out all right, Tim. That piece of road looks like a section of the Dismal Swamp.
That's that. Might as well tell the men to start unloading.
Oh, now, wait a minute, Tim. We might be a couple days late, but the folks know the bridge is out. But they wouldn't expect
It won't work, Joey. They're celebrating Territorial Day in Carson City tomorrow. We're supposed to be there to get things off to a bang-up start tonight.
Carson
That sure would have
City?
been a good booking. We're just missing out on a lot of money.
But I know how we can get to Carson City.
Don't forget that performance bond we're going to forfeit, too.
All right, man. There's no use crying over something that can't be helped, so...
Listen! Casey Perkins can get the whole circus to Carson
Corky.
City today.
Corky, look, would you stop interrupting, please? This is serious. What did you say?
Corky, who is Casey Perkins?
The man that fixed the calliope.
Oh, yes. He did a good job, too. What is he in his spare time? A magician?
He'd have to be to get us to Carson City tonight.
No, he isn't a magician. He's a railroad engineer.
That's very nice, Corky, but how can this Casey Perkins help us?
He has an engine and a train and a railroad just on the other side of town. And the railroad goes from here to Carson City.
You mean there's a train between here and Carson City?
Yes, in 3 hours and 32 minutes flat.
I never heard of it. And I know all the railroads in this part of the country. I've worked on most of them.
Corky, are you sure?
I saw it. I was there yesterday. Come on, I'll show you. Come on.
What have I got to lose?
No, I can't do it, Mr. Champion. There ain't been a head of steam in the boiler of that engine in years. The rolling stock ain't moved in all that time. Why, even the track between here and Carson City ain't been inspected since,
I know it's a long shot. If you think it's too risky, I don't blame you.
Hey, wait. Hold on a minute. Come back here. I just happened to think of something. Old number one and me has done a lot of impossible things that didn't seem possible at the time.
You can do it, Mr. Perkins. I know you can.
Well, I sure can try.
Is these all the cars you got?
Yep. When we folded, the P&RD bought all the rolling stock.
Boss, this train won't begin to carry all of our stuff.
Now, wait a minute, Pete. We're playing the fairgrounds, so we won't need the tents for the midway. We've got enough cars here to handle all the performers and their gear.
Sure, the hostlers could drive our livestock overland.
Sure, we can still give them a darn good show. Come on, men, let's get rolling.
We're not sure it'll pull the whole load yet.
Well, if you ain't worried, neither am I. How'd you like to ride up here with me?
Can I?
Of course you can. You're my assistant, remember? Come on, get up. Here we go. That's it. Now, give me all aboard.
Good. All aboard for Carson City.
How we doing? Right on schedule.
Well, so far, so good.
We ain't there yet, boss.
What's the matter? Track's blocked.
I told you we'd never make it.
Yeah, I heard you. Now, if you'll stop your moaning, we'll start getting that stuff off the track.
Champion, let's get Bimbo and Emma. They can do it.
You're right, Corky. Come on, let's go, Pete.
Pull, Bimbo, pull. That's it, Bimbo, pull. One more now. That's it, Bimbo, pull. One more now.
Have we still got time?
If we don't get held up again. Aboard! All aboard!
Come on, you men. Get aboard.
Corky, you better go back with Joey for a while.
Did I do something wrong?
No, but this boiler's getting pretty hot, and I don't know how much more she can stand.
But you're staying up here.
This is different. This is my job.
But,
No argument now. I'm the captain of this ship, and I'm giving you an order. Go ahead.
yes, sir.
shut up.
I never said nothing.
You were thinking it. What happened?
Well, they did it again.
Who did what?
Well, them darn ranchers using my rails for fences again.
You were right, Pete. It was a crazy idea from the beginning.
I'm sorry, boss.
Well, can you back her up, or are we stuck out here in the middle of nowhere?
Oh, I can back her up all right. My, it's a darn shame. With 30 feet of good rails, some ties, and a crew of gandy dancers, we might still have a chance.
You're right. I used to lay rails on the Union Pacific. Between me and the boys and Emma and Bimbo, we could have done it.
Well, we haven't got the rails or the ties, even if we did have the time. I guess we're licked.
No, we're not.
What are you talking about?
We got track. And ties, we got 1,000 of them.
You're gone loco? Where are we gonna get the rails?
Look, Pete, what did we just come over? That's track, ain't it? We take a section of track out of behind us and string her out in front.
That's my Uncle Joey.
Casey, do you think it'll work?
Hey, it might. It just darn well might.
Pete, get your gandy dancers and start ripping up that track.
You betcha, boss.
Well, Casey, what do you think?
She'll hold.
Then what are we waiting for? Let's roll.
Wait. Hold on there a minute. There's a couple of things you ought to know about.
Like what?
Well, like the plugs and them bullet holes in the boiler there's fixing to bust loose. If you go too fast, they're liable to break wide open. If you go too slow, we won't get to Carson City in time.
Then take it fast. What else?
Wait. Whoa, wait a minute. There's a trestle up ahead. Maybe she'll hold us and maybe it won't.
You willing to gamble on it?
Let's try her.
We're all with you, boss.
Sure.
How about you, Casey?
Well, I'm your man, but I ain't finished with my report.
You mean there's more?
You bet there's more. I just inspected the brakes, and they're pretty darn feeble. Now, if we get to going too fast, she's liable to jump the tracks and scatter your circus all over that goddamn mountain. And that ain't all.
What else?
Even if she does hold the tracks, by the time we get to Carson City, we'll be going so fast we'll knock over half the town.
Might make quite an entrance at that. Could attract even more attention than a parade.
Yes, it might. That is, if you don't mind killing off a passel of your customers.
No, we can't do it. We can risk our own fool next, but we can't risk theirs. How about the handbrakes?
Well, they're pretty rusty. Ain't been used for years.
What if I put some of these broad-back boys on them?
Well, sure won't hurt to try. Might do the trick.
Well, time is something we're mighty short of. Let's go, men. I want 2 men on each wheel. man who got us here to Carson City. You'll have a chance to cheer him again tonight at the big show. Casey Perkins, mounted on Emma, the largest elephant in captivity, will lead the grand march in the main ring right here tonight in Carson City.